Calaroga Shark Media.
Be on the lookout for fake Shane Gillis. Hello, I'm Johnny Mack with your daily comedy news out of Watertown, New York. The police are saying that a man named Ian was driving on Clinton Street when Ian had an exchange with a man on a scooter. Police say Ian shouted at the man and called him fat. The man responded by making an obscene gesture. Ian allegedly pointed a pistol at the man and said, "Do we have a problem?" and drove off while the scooter operator called police and described the car and the driver. He told dispatchers that the suspect looked like Shane Gillis. Apparently, that description was enough. Police found Ian. The pistol turned out to be a BB gun. Shane Gillis was not involved. John Mulaney's PR people getting it done from Deadline exclusive. Last fall, John Mulaney called his shot. He'd become the first comedian to headline Wrigley Field, home of the Cubs, blah, blah, blah. And now he's become the first to sell out the 40,000-plus seat ballpark. Here's where the PR people really got it done. Listen to the company they're putting Mulaney in. Mulaney, a proud Chicago native, joins a short list of the world's most prominent artists who have made the stage their own, which includes the likes of Paul McCartney, Bruce Springsteen, and Pearl Jam. Mulaney will be at Wrigley Saturday, July 11th. In a statement, Mulaney told Deadline, "I'm honored to stand on the same field where I saw Mark Grace rip cigarettes during games and yell all my jokes." That sound you hear is all the cool being sucked out of Nikki Glaser. There's no cool left. Nikki wanted to be famous, is famous, and now it's the cash-in. Nikki Glaser is joining the cast of Steps. Nikki Glaser will play Priscilla, a villainous schemer who will stop at nothing to control everyone around her. That's it. I'm just saying, This is a reimagining of Cinderella. Bette Midler plays the fairy godmother in this thing. Nikki Glaser, in the announcement, said, "It was a cathartic joy to voice the character of Priscilla, the jealous, try-hard wannabe princess." Let's just stop there. I'm not even going to come. Let's just stop there. Okay? You're thinking it. I didn't say anything. I just told you what Nikki Glaser said. She's playing Priscilla, the jealous, try-hard wannabe princess who's fueled by deep-seated insecurities of unlovability and inadequacy. Let's just take another break and, take the podcast in today. We'll go slow today. Want me to read the whole quote again? Nikki said, "The role wasn't quite a stretch for me because those are all the characteristics that I do not at all relate to as a woman who has spent 2 decades clawing my way through show business." Here's the synopsis. Think you know Cinderella's evil stepsisters? Think again. Sick of living in Cinderella's shadow, Lilith, played by Wong, steals the fairy godmother's magic wand and hijacks the royal ball with her sister Margot, breaking the Cinderella story as we know it and dooming the kingdom to the tyrannical rule of Priscilla, played by Nikki Glaser, a villainous schemer who swoops in and snatches the throne. Now Lilith must team up with Cinderella to fight biker trolls, outrun evil henchmen, and escape the screaming woods on an epic quest to save the kingdom, but most importantly, their relationship. I would say let's send this straight to the streamers, but this is from Netflix's Animation Studios. Oh, it reminds me, today's garbage day. I got to put the garbage out. Could we get Austin Powers 4? Mike Myers was on Trevor Noah's World Cup watch party. Trevor asked if we will see Austin Powers 4. Myers replied, yes. That was it. No more information. Myers has been mentioning Austin Powers 4 since 2018, when he told Entertainment Tonight he wanted to make the movie from Dr. Evil's perspective. Myers at the time said so it would be Dr. Evil 1, Austin Powers 4. Mike Myers is also appearing as Dr. Evil in a commercial these days. Now, I was curious about this Trevor Noah's World Cup watch party because I remember I had told you about it months ago, and I actually looked up last week when the World Cup started. Hey, is he even doing this? And there's no press on it. There's still not any press on it other than this Austin Powers thing. So I actually went on YouTube. Apparently, it's Trevor Noah and people sitting around couches, and they're watching the game. You don't see the game or hear the game, but it's kind of like you're in Trevor Noah's living room, I guess. So I guess you put it on while watching the game if that's the thing you want to do. Go nuts. James Corden is hosting a show after soccer on Fox. It has a different title, but I'm not going to use it. Late Nighter writes James Corden's return to late night did not exactly arrive with World Cup-sized ratings, but it wasn't a faceplant either. Late Nighter tells us, according to Nielsen Live plus same-day data, Thursday's premiere of FIFA World Cup on Fox After Hours with James Corden, a.k.a. Show On After Soccer, averaged 418,000 total viewers and 110,000 adults 18 to 49. Boy, just run Byron Allen, man. You think CBS is dumb? Maybe they're not. Late Nighter compared midnight to 1 a.m. ABC's hour split between Kimmel and Nightline, NBC split between Fallon and The Inexplicable Late Night with Seth Meyers, and CBS between Byron Allen garbage. Late Nighter says on that basis, Fox trailed ABC, who had 1.564 million viewers, NBC 930,000, and Byron Allen garbage 533,000. However, in the 18 to 49 demo, show after soccer, 110,000 adults. CBS had 64,000, NBC 119,000, ABC led the hour, 320,000 adults 18 to 49. Marc Maron spoke to Gold Derby. Maron said, people got very used to hearing me talking to them directly twice a week. I'm getting DMs on social media with some of them saying, I hope you're enjoying retirement. I'm not retired, I'm just having a life. Allow me to have a life. I'm situated in my life in a way I haven't been able to in a long time, which means I have a lot more time to worry about stuff and wonder if I'm doing enough. But I'm trying to ease up on that. I don't need to be operating in that space all the time, but I'm doing a lot of comedy work and trying to put together a movie that I want to direct early next year, which is coming along. But I also have time to try and do stuff around the house, spend time with friends, go do things. It's a lot of stuff I didn't used to do because I was so consumed by work, but I do still find work to do. Does Marc Maron miss the direct connection to his audience? Yeah, sometimes things would happen. I'd be talking about in the podcast, a stream of conscious way, and I'd think, oh, maybe I should work that into a bit. So I've lost that outlet, a kind of improvisation in terms of developing material. There's also discipline to doing the show twice a week and having to send out a weekly update and force myself to play music at the end of each episode. Lately, I've found I've had to put myself in a position where I make sure that I'm doing all that stuff creatively, but the other side is when I want to do stand-up now, especially in longer sets, is there's an urgency to it that wasn't there before. And I like the audience doesn't know everything already because of the podcast. Currently, Eric Andre had a tough night on WWE Raw. We're told Andre was ringside during a Bloodline segment featuring Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. Apparently, Roman Reigns formally welcomed Fatu into the Bloodline. As the group made their way back up the ramp, Eric Andre reached out and touched Fatu's ceremonial something. Fatu reacted, pulling Eric Andre over the barricade and into the ring. Oh no! Luckily, Roman Reigns climbed into the ring and called him off. But then after a pause, Roman Reigns changed his mind and allowed Fatu to continue. Fatu then hit Eric Andre with a splash from the top rope. We'll let you know if Eric Andre is okay. Yesterday in New York City, there was a New York Knicks parade for kids outside the Children's Museum of Manhattan. You know who hosted it? Amy Schumer. Why? I don't know. We're told she is a kid champion. Amy Schumer was joined by Jessica Seinfeld. Meanwhile, the real parade is today, the ticker tape parade in New York City this morning. Jimmy Fallon had some thoughts.
Everyone's getting ready for the big victory parade this Thursday for the world champion New York Knicks. It could be the largest parade in New York City history with over 1 million people expected to attend. Wow. And it's New York, so they're all roommates. Well, get this, the city is distributing 2,500 pounds of shredded paper to office buildings along the route for workers to toss out their windows. Right now, the sanitation department is like, why did we even bother cleaning up from Saturday? This is a disaster.
It's a big deal. I even had a Zoom meeting scheduled, and I canceled it because I want to watch the parade. I missed a good Jimmy Fallon joke the other night when he had the Knicks on. He said, of course, it's the Knicks, so they won't really show up until the second half. Are you paying attention to what's going on in D.C. with the reflecting pool? It's a little green. Jimmy Kimmel said he wanted to paint it American flag blue. Not even a week later, it's already completely green. It's Mexican flag green. Experts are saying that when Trump had it painted dark blue, he made the problem worse because the darker color retains more heat and algae thrives in warmer water. You know, he'd promised he'd drain the swamp. Instead, he spent $14 million of our dollars building a new one. Des Bishop, who was a great guest on this program, he's got a new special coming out on Hulu Friday, June 26th. In the new hour, filmed at the Comedy Cellar, New York City, Des Bishop embraces his inner bridge and tunnel, diving into the joys of not having kids, surviving Gen X dating, growing up Irish with a New Yorker's attitude, and finding humor in the chaos of modern adulthood. The 800-pound gorilla has a deal to become the official audio distributor for Comedy Central Records. The deal brings together catalogs from comedians including UFC fan Nate Bargatze, Jim Gaffigan, Amy Schumer, who likes it when we talk about her, the not-so-canceled Aziz Ansari, Star Trek ruiner Patton Oswalt, Big J. Okerson, Kyle Kinane, Mark Norman, Sam Morril, and many more. It's like they're collecting all the comics I have nicknames for. You might as well have signed dramatic actor Adam Sandler. Comedian Willie Mack has announced his first full-length special, Good Dad, Bad Father, will stream exclusively on Gorilla Comedy Plus beginning June 22nd. That's Monday. It'll be on YouTube July 21st, which is not Monday. Mack's show is about becoming a dad before fully becoming an adult. He said, "My dad raised me with scripture. I raised my son with vibes." Comedian Kate Zazowski will release her debut comedy album, Garbage Plate. That's out Friday, June 26th via A Special Thing Records. As a comedy writer, much of Kate's work centers on the LGBTQ community, flawed but lovable female characters, and mental illness, all of which shine on her first comedy album recorded live in L.A. And that is your comedy news for today. Enjoy the parade. Don't forget, you're sharing the show where I'm going to play Nikki Glaser songs. You don't want me to do that again. It took me a day to get it out of my head. I could torture you. So tell a friend about the show. You've got your phone in your hand right now. Just hit the share button and text them. Be like, hey, check this out. That's all you got to do. Take 5 seconds. Comments are open on Spotify and in the Facebook group, Daily Comedy News Podcast Group. Turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. See you tomorrow.